Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow anime Tower of God enjoyers. We are back once again. Me and the hairline. Say hello, hairline.
Hello.
We're here to talk about, review, and compare episode. Which one is this? 5?
5, I think, yeah.
5. Episode 5 of the Tower of God anime. So before we say anything on our opinions of it, let me also lower this down a little bit. Before we say anything of our opinions, we're going to see what is new in the ending. Are you ready to rock and roll, Adrian?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see. We're going to get maybe 2 panels if we're lucky. 1 for sure. The other team.
It was episode 5.
Yeah, we're right.
I really like this. Whoever thought of this idea is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. It makes you want to watch the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, look at all that, yeah. Oh, the ring. I wonder what that is. Look at Wagnon. Oh, yeah, the fight they butchered.
Yep. Never forget.
Yep. Oh, look, forgiveness. Oh, we got 3. That's probably it. Yeah.
I was hoping for more. I'm always hoping for more.
So next time we're probably only gonna get 1 though, from what it looks like. But
yeah, 1 long boy.
Yeah. Well, that's the episode. So, what do you want to say about it? You want me to go first? Do you want to go first? What are our initial reactions to it?
Yeah, I think this one was better. Like, I think we're still on the up, but the bar has been set pretty low since the whole love fight, right? So it's like, I'm not expecting anything extravagant at this point. Like, I'm kind of almost coping, I guess. Like, like, the bar, like, basically what I said, the bar has been set pretty low.
You're
so,
settling.
With that being said, it's still pretty good. Like, I enjoyed this episode. The one thing that got me initially, like, when I started, like, disliking the Tower of God anime, is when, like, I was noticing it mid, like, watch. Like, while I was watching, I was just like, wait, something doesn't feel right, or like, you know, or like the animation looks weird, or I can't believe they skipped that part. Here it felt like I didn't have to, like, I didn't get kicked out of the zone. Like, you know, when you're watching,
your
you're
immersion
kind of, like, focused on it.
Good.
Yeah, my immersion wasn't like killed by something that they did. So if they ruined anything, and I don't want to say ruined, but like if they did anything not in the manhwa, or if they missed certain things here and there, it wasn't enough to like set me off, like set the alarms going on in my head that like. And that's what makes like things annoying when you're watching, especially if you've read the manhwa.
You're comparing
like that sort of feeling when it's like, wait, this feels really off. That sort of feeling is what kind of like annoys me when I'm watching it. It makes me not enjoy it as much. I liked, there were certain things that I was saying to you while we were watching the episode, like little nitpick things that I didn't think that they would actually do, and they did. And for example, that one that I told you about was the shirts. When Novik did the whole competition thing to see who's number 1 in like KHUN's team, I pointed out that like in the manhwa, I remembered vividly that Novik picked out the shirt, so he picked out before they even had the competition the biggest shirt for him because he thought that he would be number 1 after being Ran. But then it doesn't end up being the case, so they end up lined up with Ran in a super huge shirt and Novik in the tiny one.
Bro, does Novik never learn? Like, this isn't the first time he's like been beaten according to them. So it's like this guy really thought he was on his shit, man.
Who knows, man? He's a hard-headed person, but he's nice too. I don't know, he's kind of hard to explain. He's a cool person.
Yeah,
I like Novik. The animation was pretty good, honestly. Like, the quality wasn't that bad. Obviously, the fight between Novik and Ran wasn't really a fight. I don't even think in the manhwa they really showed much of it, so I don't really care if it's just like one thing, because that's not an important thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, do that to something like this, it's fine. But if you do that to if you do that to the Bomb versus Love fight, where it's like panels and panels of like, you know, choreography and things going on, and like Love talking to himself like, oh my god, like he couldn't do this or whatever, it's a bit different. So I don't mind the that whole thing. I think it was fine.
It was like a 5-second thing anyway.
Yep. Dan's introduction, pretty good. I'm not too crazy about it. I think they did everything kind of okay there. The one thing that gets me though is the fact that KHUN wasn't wearing his Girl Scout outfit or Boy Scout outfit. That's okay. I did say like not a lot of things like maybe stop my immersion. I'm not gonna lie, that one got me. That one got me, yeah. Because it's like, even when you're reading it for the first time, you're like, why the hell is KHUN wearing this? And I guess the people who are animating this thing were thinking the same thing, like, is this an accident or something? It's like, let's just put him back in his suit. And okay, I guess that's fine, but like we manhwa readers do not appreciate that. He needs to be in the Girl Scout outfit. I need to see that.
Lord.
Yeah, that's the one thing. But like, I honestly, like, I'm not gonna scream about it. But it would have been funny if they did it.
Okay, at least they did the shirt thing with Novik.
Yeah. Trying to think what else happened. Oh, then we had the beginning. Well, towards the end, we went back to Bomb's team where Yua was following.
Yes.
Bomb.
Yes.
This scene was pretty interesting in the monologue. Like, I enjoyed this sort of following thing. It did happen really quick, which is, you know, as per usual for this anime adaptation, but whatever. Also, I noticed that the area that Bomb walked into is like a karaoke place, and it's like kind of different to what it was in the manual. I don't know if it was a karaoke place in the manual, but it was a lot darker. It was more like a saloon or something, is what I remembered it being.
I remember
it was
being
more
kind
spooky atmosphere.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be spooky because like we're supposed to believe that Fug is like evil, you know, like yeah, we're out here in the streets, but nope, Hawaryun's just sitting there like the receptionist.
Yeah, like look at this shit. Where is she?
Yeah,
like look
just
at her,
chilling there.
Look at her right
at the
here.
Table.
Like, bro, she
just
legit
waves to you.
Yeah, like, look at this. Look at this. This is so good, bro. Oh
it's so
my
chill.
God.
Yeah.
Like, she really looks like she works there.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just her part-time job, which, you know, I'm fine with it. Whatever.
Maybe Fug owns this place. Maybe it's just a front.
Yeah, I liked it. I think the episode was good. If they keep things going like this, I don't really mind. Best thing would just be, you know, fight scenes is what I'm worried about the most. But honestly, in the first few episodes when they were showing Horyang and Arc Raptor and them fight
the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode. I thought that was pretty good. Like, they
okay,
could do that, and I would be okay with that. Obviously, for more serious fights, they should probably step it up just to, like, you know, make it stick. But like, that level was perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, more of the usual, more of what we've said before.
Yeah, that's all I got. So maybe if you want to fill in the patches or just say what you think.
Yes. All right, my turn. So, pretty much echoing all of what Adrian said, I pretty much agree with all of it. There's some things that stood out to me, though. Now, I don't know if I could freeze frame it enough here, but there's certain points, right, where, like, I see certain things. Like, some scenes look really good, right? Certain scenes, and I mentioned it to Adrian while we were watching, like, Den doesn't look bad. So, there's a stark difference to me that I'm noticing. There's times where things look good, even though they're simple. Not in the same way they were simple in Season 1, but there's simple art. Like, Dan is a simple drawn guy. Like, there's not much going on here. There's not much, like, you know, detail. But that's fine, because it's still done well, right? And then, you know, KHUN is done extremely well. Now, there is some inconsistencies I was seeing throughout the episode. And this is what I mean. So here, KHUN is done extremely well. I think throughout the whole episode, there was only one time that I remember seeing KHUN, like, not animated well. But for the most part, they kept him above a certain bar. Like, here you could kind of see it's a lot simpler than before. Before it was a close-up, though, right? Then we have, you know, fucking Dan being the Flash. But there's certain parts where they're looking... Oh, God, look at her. Look at this freaking rat. But, you know, no spoilers yet. But, there's certain parts where they're looking. I think it's especially apparent when Novik first showed up, right? When they first showed Novik... Right here, actually. Yeah. His eyes are a little misaligned. And I kept noticing it throughout the episode. It's not a big thing, but I noticed these little things where, obviously when you close up on someone like KHUN's face, and right here too, right? Like here it looks good. But there's a lot of different times in the episode where their eyes were misaligned. And I'm like, okay, that's a little bit, like, I don't know if it's lazy or what, right? Like here his eyes are good. But there was another point where KHUN's eyes were missized. Like they were like comically big. And I was like, what the hell? Like... It just got really big all of a sudden. So there's a little inconsistencies with, like, I guess the art. Like, I think, I don't know if it's right here, but here, like, they're, like, kind of big to me.
It's weird. I never noticed that.
Yeah, there's certain parts where, like, even here, his eyes are misaligned here, right? Chibise's eyes are misaligned. And I kept noticing, I'm like, there's these little things where I don't know if they overlooked it. I don't know if it was laziness, but to me, it sort of, like, kind of says certain things about, you know, what the studio's doing. Right?
Maybe they're like not too good with perspective views or whatever, like drawing the eyes. Because like when you're drawing from an angle like that, you have to like move things over.
Yeah, like here's another one where KHUN's eyes look weird. Like for some reason they look odd to me. But there's all these things, and I've noticed it in other episodes too. There's times where like things look good, right? Like this looks perfect, this is fine. there's other times, and this especially too. Let's see if I can find the flashback too. But
the season 1 art.
Yeah.
The season 1 portion.
When they were like talking with Bomb. Let me see. Where was it? Wasn't in the beginning.
Before the opening?
Was it? Yeah, it was.
That was before the opening. Yeah.
This was amazing. I love the ambiance. One thing I'll say, and like, look, there's shading, there's shadows. There's a lot of good shit here. There's reflections in the eyes. Very good. The eyes actually look properly sized too. Like everything is good here, right? But there's certain points where it just, I guess, dips, and it's just weird. Like, it's a little pet peeve. Like, it's nothing serious, but it's sort of like, it sets a certain tone and quality of stuff. And I'm like, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. Now, the one thing I'll kind of say, not to really repeat everything Adrian said, because like I said, I agree with most of that. I think a lot of this episode was set up, and I'm noticing a trend now. If it's an episode where not much is happening, if it's an episode with a lot of exposition, a lot of storytelling, they do fine with that, because all they really have to do is just stick to the core source material. That's not hard to do. You're just copying it, right? So it's not necessarily hard to do, so I don't want to give them too much credit for doing too good here. It was a nice episode, but it's kind of hard for it not to be, because there's not much fighting anyway, right? And as long as they don't animate it butt ugly, it should be good. But what I'm noticing, and especially with the fights, and especially with the way they use Shinsu, and I don't know why it was, or at least it feels to me so different from episode 1, but I have a very big sneaking suspicion we're just gonna keep being let down, like, for any big fight scene. I don't think they know how to handle fights. Like, the story's gonna be fine, but the thing that the anime really should shine with, and the thing you said they should do more with, which I agree as always, they're gonna drop the ball on. Like, it's just gonna be what it is. Any story episode, any setup episode, any lore episode, great. You know, the art is fine. Look at you, she's hot.
Carried by the manhwa. Yeah.
It's good. They even did the little chibi thing I was fucking like talking about.
With
Look at them. Look at them. I love that shit. It was good. It's so good. Like, I was like, wait, did Prince shrink when I saw it? I was like, there's no way. Here, fucking, I'll try to like show. Yeah, like, look, I thought like, who are those two kids? And then I realized like, oh, it's Prince. So we could see that Prince and Miss Sang are bonding, which is amazing. I won't say any more on that because we don't want to say anything. But I like that they're bonding. I like Ghost Sang in the background. You as like the moms, kind of. But you know, everything's good. But it's like, again, it's a lower bar. Like, they can't mess up the story unless they literally deviate from it or skip massive scenes like they kind of did in the 20th floor a little bit. But yeah, no. So like, it was a good episode, but it really didn't have much to really hit to be a bad one. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
That's basically it. So I'm not gonna give them their like due diligence here.
Yeah, so they haven't proven themselves yet with this, so we're still on.
And I don't think they will.
Here
I don't think they will. But
yeah,
it was an alright episode. But again, that's mainly because not much was really going on. But either way, that's pretty much my opinions. So now we can get into the comparison. So the biggest thing here, and you know, we don't have to spend too much time here, but it's essentially kind of the same here. But the biggest thing is this. Look at how amazing this looks. KHUN looks like he's a yacht boy. Like, he looks like he really is like a Boy Scout boy. Like, he's like a rich boy. Oh my god. Now when I see it in the manhwa, it's like, wow, the anime just looks like... The anime did KHUN well. I'm not going to say they didn't do him well. But this is a way different KHUN from what you guys see. You guys see, like, Season 1 KHUN upgraded. This is Season 2 KHUN right here. Like, look at this shit. This shit is cool as shit. The colors are good. The pose. The fucking aura. Like, KHUN has aura here, even though he really shouldn't, looking the way he looks. He got a fucking skirt on. Like, what? Is that a skirt or is that shorts? I can't even tell. I think it's shorts. But either way. So that was the end of chapter 22. So then we go to chapter 23. You know, he tells Dan, like, hey, let's do this thing. Dan looks like he stands out more here, personally, but that's just me. I guess it could be the coloring. And, you know, they're talking, they're doing this, they're doing that, blah, blah, blah. Just want to see, yes, he shows him the suspendium, which I don't know if anime-only watchers know what that is. Do they know what that is? They should from Season 1, right?
They should, but in case they missed it, you can inform them. It's not like a spoiler.
Yeah, so basically suspendium is the thing that powers lighthouses, and it's super rare, it's super expensive, and obviously as a 10 family member, you know, KHUN can get it. He's also conniving. But, here you see, like, dude, another thing, and again, I keep mentioning this because it was very apparent in the love fight. You see this close-up where Dan's face gets, like, more serious, more different. When SIU does this, when he does the close-up where, like, he does this with their eyes, I really like it. Like, look, Dan's eyes aren't like that normally, but here, like, you zoom in and they get, like, tinier. Like, the pupil gets tinier. It's so cool to me. But here, you know, the same thing basically happens, so it's pretty one-for-one except for the outfit, obviously. KHUN looks like more of an asshole, too. Like, dude, KHUN looks like he's just playing with this guy. Granted, KHUN still looked like an asshole a little bit in the anime, but I think he just looks so much better here. Like, oh my god. But either way, we see this, you know, they get him, he knocks him out. It looks way more graphic in here. Like, look, again, right? His eye's serious now. He's also, like, kind of foaming at the mouth a little bit, like he's spitting.
I think this scene happened a little different, where, like, he just gets knocked out in the anime, and I think KHUN has a little more to say to him before he passes out in the manhwa.
I think it's pretty much the same. It's just more detailed.
Yeah, a little more detailed, which is fine. Whatever.
Yeah, and here we have what is that?
More ads.
More quants. That's not quants, is it?
Might be. I don't know. It looks a little different though.
Yeah. So pretty much the same. We meet Novik. You know, there's all this. Then he goes to the rat herself, and then that's that. And then we go to the rat. And you know what's really sad? And I've said this in the when I was watching with Adrian too. Rachel, see, this might be going into spoiler territory, so I got to be careful here. But I really like the way Rachel looks. I really wish she wasn't like a rat. I really wish she wasn't evil, because I really think she could be a nice, good-looking girl. Like, I think she'd be nice. Now, there's one scene, and you know which one I'm talking about, where I think they didn't really, like, do it well.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Yeah, we're gonna get there, though, but there's one coming up. So here, basically, it all happened the same. Again, another zoom-in. Very well done. Right? Here we see Novik. It almost looks like sort of a paintbrush style, too.
Yeah.
With the way the art is. It's really cool. But either way, they're talking about everything. We already saw this in the episode, or at least everyone should have. I don't know why, but this looks like really good still. Like, even though we're on season 3, right, with where we're at now, this still actually looks really decent. I don't remember it looking this good. Either way, we see them talking
I like
about
how
more
differently in the anime, when Rachel goes to hug KHUN has the knife out.
Yeah. They actually did that. I think a lot better.
They added that themselves.
Yeah, I think that's a lot better because
that was a nice addition.
Yeah, just so you guys know, anime only watchers, man, he had his best shot right there, man. He could have done it. Oh man, we could have had Tower of Good. Oh Lord. But yeah, that little knife was a very good addition. See, that's what I think the anime should do, right? Especially with the fights, but just in general, add like just extra things, like extra small things. But here we go. The seal leaves, so we're going here. They're gonna meet everyone else. We meet these people. My boy Ran. And then we introduce everyone, and then we see why they're all there, what they want, who they are. Squeeze me. That has no relation. Either way, we see here, Rachel, oh my god, feet. We get feet pics. And then, you know, we see everything here. We see she's fine. And then she's shit-talking. But then we see KHUN spying on her as well. You know, in the anime, I think they actually did this better. Because in the manhwa, when I first read this, I was confused about this. I was like, is that really there?
Yeah.
But this is better. And look, another great close-in by SIU. Amazing. Yeah, so pretty much mostly the same. They're not doing what they did in the 20th. Oh my. Anyway, yeah, so we're seeing the flashback. It looks a little different too. They're wearing different things in this flashback as well. Yeah. They're wearing blue for some reason.
That's
but
fine.
Pretty much all happened the same. If anything, it was done slightly different in the anime, right? In the anime, we saw like Ro looking down on her and like kind of being shocked. So again, another small change. I think it's a good change though, but
yep, it's fine.
Here we see everything the same. So a lot of stuff is pretty much the same. Like,
yeah, we're not stopping as much as we did last time with the love episodes.
Yeah, it's pretty one-to-one, which is good. Here we see something like a lot cooler, right? We see Novik kind of powering up. And then this is a little different. Yeah. So we never heard Dan say this in the anime, like, oh yeah, can I give up too? This happened though, so they kind of skipped a little bit. They also did the Yamcha pose. Yeah, they didn't do that here, but again, another great thing they did in the anime. Ran looking epic as hell. We see everyone watching. Again, pretty one-to-one. All similar. I really dislike the way they do Shinsu in the anime, man. It looks so much better in the manhwa and in episode 1. Like, look at this shit. You have, like, rainbow effects and shit. Like, you see him jumping,
here,
and then he just, like, blasts him. Like, look at that shit. Ren becomes, like, a demon. Like, what the fuck? And then you see, like, a giant crack from the sky, like, from sky view. Like, bro, we just saw, like, a little, like, boom, and that's it. And then we see this. This scene was very well done in the anime. I really like the colors they chose.
I was happy that they did this too, with the shirts and everything.
Yeah. This was all good. And then let's see if they have the part where, like, KHUN snuffs out the sun. And he does. Kind of. Kind of. It was done way better in the anime, I think. I think it was actually done better in the anime here. They actually added, like, certain effects, too. It's done well in the manhwa. Like, you know, you could see, like, KHUN being sinister here. But you could also see, like, in the anime, they had, like, effects when KHUN was saying it. Like, when KHUN was, like, talking to them, they, like, had this. I think this was a really, really good addition. You saw, like
the glitchy stuff?
Yeah, you saw KHUN being sinister. Now, this is the part where when I saw this, I was like, wow, this looks really, really creepy. I think they kind of dropped the ball here in the anime, but...
You
like,
wanted
here,
the long jaw?
yeah, like, here, like, her shit looks like it's, like, deforming. Like, it's, like, breaking. Because she's just, like, going crazy, but... It pretty much ends, yeah, like right there. Wow. So it ends 1-to-1. Pretty normal, honestly. Pretty 1-to-1. But overall, that's the comparison. So
wait,
you know.
We have more, right? Because we still have Yua following.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I kind of just ended it, Rachel. My bad. So here we got the view here. Not bad. So here we see everyone chilling.
Oh no, we missed this part.
What is this? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, the meeting with Yua and her,
I forgot about this.
What is this, her relative or her friend?
I think it's her friend.
Yeah, and then Yua's talking about the team. I thought this was Missing for a second, but I was like, Missing looks weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she's talking to her, and then they talk about the Fug Slayer. Yo, look at that shit. Look at Bob. That's how they view Bob.
Like, oh, man, I'm kind of upset they missed this.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh my god. And then we see them dancing like we saw. Oh my, look, it's like 1-to-1 almost.
They're much more animated here, though, I feel. I don't know, I feel like they do more.
I think they have better, like, clothing. Let me see. Yeah, like, here their clothing is just, like, plain. Here, like, they have a little bit more, like, style to it. And then we see Arc Raptor. Everything here. Blah, blah, blah. We see Wangnan being a lazy bum. And then she's like, okay, you guys won't do it, I'll do it.
In the manhwa, they were just eating together, but Wangnan walks in.
Yeah.
I mean, Wangnan walks in the manhwa, but in the anime, they were just eating together.
Yeah, we don't get this, too. We don't get her,
we don't
like,
get to see
angry.
her frustration with how no one else seems to care that he's in Fug besides Yua.
Yeah. And I think adding the context, too, of, like, showing how other people view him is, like, an important thing, too.
How everyone, it's, like, shameful or, like, immoral.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man, you're working with the Fug guy? Ugh.
Yeah, and like, even normal families,
people. They're literally, like, enemies.
Yeah. And I've always said that, too. I'm like, bro, they're literally Fug. Like, how are you just gonna let him take the tests? But look at you. She's like, yo, evil, jovial Grace.
She's trying to prove to everyone, oh, what's karaoke?
Oh, yeah, wow. I mean, it looks a lot shittier, but...
Yeah, it sure does.
So yeah, pretty much similar, and then you know we see what happens. So this is pretty 1-to-1. This guy looks like he's Steve from Minecraft.
Yeah.
And then we see here, lady there. Yeah, we see here that Kaoru-Yun, my wife, was not alone. So that's a little different. So Minecraft Steve is getting angry, and then you know Kaoru-Yun looking beautiful as always. So you're not wrong. Like it was darker in the in the manhwa, but. And then she does the same thing. She just keeps calling him a pig.
They don't have this person next to her, though. I think it would have been cool to have this person next to her, like, being freaked out.
Yeah, she's like, oh, no.
Would have been a small detail.
And then Bob just comes in. Like, look at how much cooler that looks, man. What the hell?
Yeah.
And then there was other people, too. There was other people with him. He had, like, little goons, too. And then they all run out. Yeah, and they're like, yo, it's the real one. Oh, shit. And then Yua didn't see this part. So, like, in the anime, she saw it. She's like, oh, yeah, like, Bam is a nice guy. Here, she's like, oh, what did you do? Like, she's still thinking he's evil. And now she's like, what? And then, obviously, they're like, hello. So they changed that part for sure.
Yeah.
But then that's pretty much where it ends.
I think that's where it ends, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to show that part. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we don't have to show anymore.
But either way, yeah. So overall, that's the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I see it, I mean, they did skip out a lot on some stuff. And it's sad because, again, they are under a time limit. I think if they just extended it, and it's like you said, if they took all the parts and extended them, it would probably only be like another extra episode or two.
Yeah.
Like at most. And I think it's important to have these things. So I'm a little upset that these things were excluded. Now, it's been so long I forgot about them. But even without them, I think the episode was okay. But knowing this is what it was and that it could have been better kind of just saddens me. But it was still okay.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
fine.
I still think
I'm all right.
Okay. It's Tower of Mid, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
I think the anime people will enjoy it since they don't miss any of the stuff that we miss. I think they'll enjoy this one, and that's okay with me.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about, and again, this is just maybe a little bit just biased on my part, a little personal to me, is just I don't like how they do like the little things like the eyes not being centered and stuff like that. Like, that's like a quality check thing. Like you got to make sure at least that's good. Like come on, man, what you doing? What you doing, animating studio? But either way, decent episode. You have any other closing thoughts, Adrian, before we shove off?
I think that's it. No spoiler section anymore. I guess we just omit spoilers from moving on forward, unless it's something big that we want to talk about.
Like if it's big, we'll definitely say it. We won't just like drop it on you guys, but not really much to say.
The
except,
anime onlys.
You know, because there's no point in saying it because we're gonna see it soon anyway. Unless it's like a long term thing, like past whatever next season's gonna be, like, and we don't want to wait. Then sure, we'll probably like point it out, but not really much to say. But still okay. But either way, that's going to be it from us. We hope everyone enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. And remember to watch me stream, especially when we stream Tower of God, usually on the weekends. If you don't know when, check my Twitter, twitter.com/Tecnics channel. And you can catch the stream at Twitch TV/Tecnics channel. You can watch us read Tower of God, usually every week. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed. Tell us what you think of the episode.